entire time and didn't realize that my microphone was not actually on because the off-brand controllers are a little funny with that. And I wish it was as simple as installing drivers onto your PlayStation in order to use these third-party controllers, but it's not quite that simple. So here I am. I'm glad you guys can finally hear me. So I guess this will technically be our first rodeo here. Yes, I'm from the South. My name is Mr. Signal. There's a funny story about that. I'll tell you later. I'll tell you later. Very funny story that I feel like all of you will enjoy. So I guess since this is technically our first time actually speaking together, I should probably get out of the way what kind of build I'm running for my Guardian. So as you can see, I'm running the Axiom War Rig as a Titan. That is a Titan exotic, and it has this special ornament on it to make it look like this. Looks really good with shaders. And then this is my Sweet Business. So for those of you who don't know, if you pair Sweet Business with the Axiom War Rig, you will end up with near infinite ammo. So basically this whole build right here is for ad clearing, and that works in strikes, that works in Gambit, and that works in raids, but it doesn't work in Crucible. There's actually a different build I have for Crucible. I'm currently wearing my Arc subclass, and I quite like Arc 3.0, so let's get right into it. So I've streamed a couple times before, but there was no audio because I was using a third-party controller. So some of you guys are wondering, why don't you stream more, Mr. Signal? Well, I work. I have a job, and this is not my job, so that's why I don't stream more often. And another question some of you guys might be having is, well, you put a couple videos up, even though they had no sound. Why didn't you stream more between then and now? That way you could have figured this out before. Well, like I said earlier, I have a job, I have a social life, I have many friends, and I decided to go out with some work colleagues of mine the last few weekends and to different events around my city. There was a Renaissance Fair, and I went to the rodeo yesterday actually. Had a fantastic time. So yeah, that's where I've been. That's where I am now. And yes, this is Ikora's ship that I'm actually and the exotic ship, Ikora's Resolve, I believe. And it's a pretty nice ship. I put some Vanguard shaders on it, and so I think it looks pretty good. So let's see if we can see what my Titan actually is running, so I can be better outfitted. Yes, I'm 1540. I'm not that powerful. I do have a very nice solar subclass I like to run for Crucible, but for strikes and what we're going to be doing, we're going to be running Arc. And I even shaded my Titan to look like an Arc Titan, blue and white shader. So here we are in the tower, and I haven't been on it in a couple weeks, so let's see what I'm missing. Let's actually see what Tess has. I know you guys don't like Tess. Who likes Tess? No one likes Tess. It's like, oh, you're gonna buy ornaments and whatnot. Yeah, I mean, I want to see what she has at least, to see if it's actually worth spending. I don't like to spend money on video games. I mean, I've already bought the game, so why would I spend any more money? The best store to go to is the Bright Dust store. They usually have a multitude of shaders, and some of the shaders are actually pretty neat. A lot of the ones you can acquire from like playing the actual game, so I don't like to buy shaders really. I mean, you can get Bright Dust from playing the game as well, so there's that too. And am I too quiet? Let me turn my mic up just a little bit there. So I'm trying to keep my voice low because I have roommates, and for many of you guys who are used to streamers that, oh, you guys don't have roommate, or they don't have roommates or a significant other, oh, they live in a nice air-conditioned house. I live in a house too that's air-conditioned, but we turn the AC off at nighttime to preserve money on our electricity bill. But I do have a fan on the lowest setting, which might be what you guys are hearing in the background. If my microphone can pick that up, if not, thank God, but we'll find out later. So this shader looks terrible. I'm not going to use it. I'm not going to buy it. Let's see what the Royal Welcome looks like. Hopefully better than that other shader. You know what? I don't need any of these. Yeah, they don't look that great. So I always like to run around the tower to see what I what I didn't collect the last time I was online, because I have a bad habit of playing Strikes and Gambit and Crucible and then hopping off the game. And I feel like there's a lot of Destiny 2 players that are like that, because thank God it's Saturday, I can actually stay up tonight and play this game. During the work week I don't really have much time to stream, so that's why I don't do it. And my off days are set, so I really only have the weekends to stream or to really play the game. Let's see what I got from my clan. So for those of you guys who don't know, you can join a clan in this game, and basically you can get rewards for mates being online. They have a lot more time off than I have. I love to spend more time playing this game with my clan, but the weekends, like I said, is all I have really, and so it's nice to get engrams from my clan members contributing forth, and I'll contribute my part later. I do strikes, and it usually gives rewards to my clan members. So for those you guys think, oh, I'm freeloading, oh, you guys are freeloading off your clan. No, that's not the case. It's really not that simple. So really you just have to play the game and you get this stuff too. So I do have the Black Armory unlocked, so I want to go talk to 801 and see if she has any perks that I can buy. Any of the, well, no, I already have these. What's this? I have a rocket launcher, but am I really going to rapidly defeat enemies with one? No, because really most of the rocket launchers carry one warhead at a time, and you really would have to get a grenade launcher that can dump multiple rounds. I don't use those because I hate grenade launchers. So running Arc 3.0 with the Action War Rig and Sweet Business, let's hop right into a strike. Sorry about that. Oh, did it again. Okay. Alright, it hasn't been that long. It's been a while, but it hasn't been that long. So let's hop into a strike. The strikes that typically give the most loot are the strikes that you play with your clan members, or also strikes that you're playing the weekly subclass perk, which if you play with a certain subclass, there's only there's actually 4 subclasses. There's Solar, Void, Arc, and then there's the other one, the Darkness one. I don't know why I freaking forgot it. That one. So, but I'm pretty sure it really that one goes hand in hand with a lot of the other subclasses. So you can play as either or, really. You can play as Solar or the other one, or you can play as you know, whatever is there. So let's see what the weekly burn is. So Vanguard double rank, Blackout, Solar. So it's Solar Singe. The question is, do I really want to play Solar? The answer is yes. I'm going to switch to Solar subclass, and you guys will see me do some pretty nutty stuff with this subclass, because I am a god when it comes to. Oh, I accidentally hopped out of the freaking queue. I'm sorry, guys. That's on me. So let me hop back in the queue real quick. And you really don't want to go into these things solo, really. It's really nice to play these strikes with a fire team of a standard 3-stack. So it looks like we're going to be loaded into this game with a bunch of randoms, because there's already 2 of us in here, and he doesn't have a fire team already of 2 people. So we're waiting for a 3rd member, and then we're going to load into the strike. So this will be fun. So for those of you guys who don't play Destiny 2, a strike is basically a replay of a mission or quest you can run through, and they have the enemy set to a lower health, or higher health, sorry, than what they would be. And then there's like a high level version of a strike called a Nightfall. And if you are not the adequate light level, you will die. And that you can't switch weapons. You can switch weapons, like you can toggle weapons, but you can't like actually change your weapon in your inventory. It locks all your inventory items, so like you're pretty much stuck with your loadout at that point. And it can suck for people that aren't too experienced with it, but if you know what you're doing, then you can make it past the Nightfall. The problem with Nightfalls is there's a ton of ads, and they come from all directions, and if you're not tracking where these enemies are coming from, you will die very easily, in fact. So Now we got 3 players. Let's load into the strike. Let's do it. I know I didn't have any sound on in my last video, so you guys probably didn't know this, but I was in the military, and the military elements in this game are very neat. I find them very neat. Like fire teams, crucible, strike. You know, it's those are all very military terms, and I enjoy them. I mean, the game developers clearly knew or had some veterans in their group whenever they were creating this game, because they use all the right buzzwords that we use in the military. So very nice touch. And then I believe in the first game, at least, the sounds that the weapons made whenever they were shot were actually recorded from live weapons on a range. But I don't know if that's the case with this game. It doesn't really feel like it, because some of the weapons sound a lot more like Halo weapons than they do actual firearms that we have here in the United States. But I feel like maybe some of the weapons in this game were recorded, but the other ones were like just created. So we're on Nessus. I hate Nessus with a passion. It's the bane of my existence. But we're gonna go ahead and do this. So let's see if I can load up a Sparrow. I can. So we're just gonna go ahead and run towards our goal there. I'm the Sparrow. I didn't show you guys my Sparrow or ship. I showed you guys my ship, but not my Sparrow. So Sparrow's a little less important. Oh, I got a little stuck there. That's why you don't want to run Sparrows through these narrow spots, because you'll end up... I think I just pushed through a wall a second ago. Did I go the wrong way? I did. Sorry about that, guys. It's been a while since I played on Nessus. This is why I hate Nessus. Oh, he didn't kill those. Throw a grenade, pop smoke. So there's my fellow fire team member there. He was behind me, and when I crashed my Sparrow, he was right behind me. So what I don't like about Sparrow Riders and these strikes is they leave a lot of ads to kill. And that's good whenever I'm running ad clear, but when I'm not running ad clear, things can get a little dicey. So sometimes I can be pretty SOL in these situations. Respawning is restricted. That means that if I die, there's a 30-second respawn time. If all 3 of us die in one of these respawn restricted areas, then the area will reset to where our last checkpoint was, and that can be a little annoying, but not as annoying as a raid wipe. And a raid wipe is whenever 3 or more of your team members die, and you have to pretty much wipe the encounter in a raid, and that can suck, especially if you made it to the end, almost the end of the encounter. So this is my teammate. I'm gonna go ahead and res him. I'm gonna get over here where I can't be injured. Run through these sunspots, because these will help me regenerate health, and this is resources. It'll help me regenerate health and points on my towards my abilities. So see that little bar at the bottom of the screen, that little white bar? That is how much I have of my abilities charged, and that really goes towards my super. We call it a super, but it's my ultimate ability, more or less. And it is the Code of the Devastator, the Hammer of Souls, which grants me the power of a giant hammer that I can strike into the earth and destroy enemies with ease. That is a very nice ability for Titans to have. It's a very awesome ability. I feel a little bit like, what's his name from Marvel Comics? Ronan the Accuser, that guy. I feel a lot like him whenever I run that. So we're going to keep going. I'm trying to remember what mission this strike was from. What the exact goal was, the objective. I feel like this is from, not the War Mind. Alright, so I was stuck in a loading zone there. My Wi-Fi is a little slow, guys. Bear with me. So here we go. Slide. Don't want to stay in this stuff too long. It'll kill you if you stay in it too long. It's Not Vex milk. Vex milk is what the Vex basically feed off of, like Energon in Transformers. But that's not Vex milk. That's something else. So these are Cabal. So I'm thinking that this is maybe the Red War arc. Or okay, that's my teammate. So I hate it whenever people wear armor that make them look like enemies sometimes. And you could say that they don't look like enemies, but sometimes they do. I have terrible eyesight. I'm supposed to wear glasses, but I don't. So in these video games, I just kind of wing it. Oh, there's a bunch of Cabal over there. Let me go back over there. Let me ag clear for these guys. So that's what I like to do. Oh, what did I do? Oh, okay. Let me just run this over there. And there's ads there, which I hate. See, that's normally my job, so so I'm a little bit of a pickle here. Okay, we don't want that. Okay, well I dropped the orb and I died, so my teammate's gonna res me here and probably pick up that orb that I dropped and dunk it in there for us. So that was a pickle on my part. I feel a little bit silly. I feel a little ashamed, actually. So there's going to be more ads here. So sometimes in these games, shields up. Sometimes in these games, you'll find a lot of people assuming the same role as you. This is my burning mall. So that was my super, guys, for those of you guys who wanted to see it. Oh, there's another one. Okay. It's the big bad. No, he got killed immediately, so that's good. But yeah, sometimes you'll see other people assume the same role as you. And that can get a little annoying if you already have like a set thing that you want to do. But the whole point of this game is to play as a team. You definitely don't want to be the outlier. So you want to make sure that you adjust what you play as, what your build is. Wow, once you see the type of build that your other teammates are playing in your fire team. It's just a little advice for you guys to play this game. I mean, I'm sure the OGs that have played this game for years already know that. But if you're just starting out with this and you're like, oh, what is a strike? What is how do you do a proper loadout in a fire team? I'll show you guys how to do proper loadout. I'll show you all of my different builds once we finish this strike. And a lot of this is also platforming as well, not just fighting, especially whenever you're running these missions and strikes. You want to make sure that your platforming skills are on point, because if you don't have good skills, you will die. I missed the freaking point. Yep. So that's what I mean. That's exactly what I mean. So glad that happened there to show you guys exactly what happens if you don't pay attention to the game. I was not even looking at the screen. I was actually looking at the clock beside me, my alarm clock, because I wanted to make sure I had enough time to run all this for you guys. And in some cases, in these strikes, it could pull you to your team if you die, but sometimes you'll be stuck at the point where you died. And like here, I'm with my team now, but sometimes that won't happen like that. So it's only if your team makes it to the next checkpoint where you get pulled towards them after you die and respawn. So I'm looking for enemies. There's one. Oh, my team's in the way, but that's okay. So it looks like everybody here is pretty competent. There's the big bad. Gonna go ahead and throw a grenade at him, change to rocket launcher, and shoot. So he's gone now. So now we're running in a different phase of this this match here. Let me get that heavy ammo, and we're focusing more on clearing these ads out, which is why I like to play this type of role, or assume this role in a match, is because I can make sure things get taken care of rather quickly with this sweet business of mine. So there's the ammo dropping, lighter yellow. are really hard to kill, and so we want to make sure that we're reloading when we can. It's my job to run around here. See, he's doing my job, so that makes things a little easier on me, but that's not really how I like to play these strikes. So we killed that guy pretty quickly. And this is one of those great things about this game mode. It's saying my internet connection is bad, so I might disconnect from the stream. I hope I don't, but we'll see. Nice items everywhere. So now we wait for the mission to end in 2 seconds, and it'll show us how our stats were. So my stats are probably going to be at the bottom tier. They are at the bottom tier because I died. Or actually, no, my stats are actually second place. But I don't really play strikes to be competitive. I mean, who does that? Come on. So I got some items there. Let's see what those are in my inventory real quick. Oh, and I got some progress in my leveling. I'm actually level 1 right now because I haven't been playing this game much. And my Vanguard ranked up, so I can go see Zavala for an engram once we check what I got. So normally I'm used to receiving a ton of items whenever I play this, but sometimes you don't receive a lot. So, and that is one level above the other. See, my light level increased. If I switch back, it'll go back down. So I want to keep these arms, and what we're going to do is we're going to shade these and change the ornament on them. So I actually unlocked a bunch of ornaments for my previous armor sets, and basically how ornaments work now is you can purchase or you can earn synthweave, and synthweave you get from Ada 1. We saw her in the tower. She was in the Black Armory. She was a an exo, if you remember when we went down there a minute ago before the strike. So you can get synthweave from Ada 1, but you have to run these quests and missions for her to accumulate all this materials to create synthweave. And once you create synthweave, you can then unlock an ornament crafted from any piece of armor that you've already unlocked, which is pretty cool. So I have a ton of these ornaments here in my inventory, and the one I like to go with for this set of armor is the Braytech thermal grips. Looks really great with Sweet Business, really good. Now all I gotta do is match the shader, which I'm pretty sure is this one. Yes, that's the one I had on earlier. So now that that's taken care of, let's look at my weapons that I won. So here are my primary weapons. These are not elementally aligned. I use them just to do whatever. So ag clearing, or these orange ones you see here, I can actually attune and get materials back to upgrade weapons and create weapons on Mars, but we're not going to do that right now. So I am 1540. Do I really need this? Probably not. Do I need this? I might keep that. And now that I have these two, I can delete this one. I can go ahead and dismantle that. But we're going to keep everything that's around the 1540 level, because that can help me out later. So these are my secondary weapons, but there's another term for them. It escapes me at the moment, but effectively they are my elementally attuned weapons. And you see this one is a solar. This is also solar. This is this is arc solar. So I want to keep everything that's about 1540, and I want to delete everything that or upgrade everything that is below that. So I want to go ahead and oh wow, okay, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that, and I probably need to upgrade this. So let's go ahead and upgrade this. Here's how you upgrade. Basically you can buy these cubes called upgrade modules from Ada 1 or Banshee 44 in the tower. Remember the first place we went? That's the tower. It's like the central hub for everything that you might need to do, materials that you might need to get. So this is the title. I got it a while back, and I got it Actually, it was already masterworked, which is this golden square around it. And masterworked weapons drop orbs whenever you get multi-kills. And orbs regenerate your power. So your if you want to use your abilities for your subclass, so mine is solar right now, I need to get those orbs. Those orbs will increase my power very quickly. And so I want to grab those, and it helps when you can generate your own from these masterwork weapons. So these are very, very important in this game. You can also masterwork your own weapons if you don't get a masterwork drop. It just takes a lot of effort on your part. So let's go ahead and upgrade this using, how much do I want to upgrade? Let's go ahead and give him this scout rifle upgrade. So now the light level on this weapon has increased to 41, as you can see, and my current light level for the auto rifle I have is 1540. So what most people do is switch these weapons out. Now this is again a submachine gun. I don't really like submachine guns, so I'm going to upgrade Iota Draconis, which is my fusion rifle. And if you guys don't know what that is, it's really neat actually. It charges up your ammo, and it shoots it with elemental energy. So the projectile that fires, it gives them elemental damage. And of course this weapon is a solar weapon, so when I shoot somebody, or when I shoot an enemy with it, they catch on fire. It's really neat, and they get some fire damage. So we're going to go ahead and upgrade this as well. And I'm going to select this. This is also masterworked. Thought hard to get multi-kills with a fusion rifle, but you know, it is what it is. And I'm currently running Palmyra B as my rocket launcher. As we talked about, I do have some grenade launchers in here, but I really don't like to run grenade launchers. So yeah, my ghost shell is the Cosmographicum shell. I don't know what that means, but it's a really nice shell to have. These pants, I believe these are all, I'm wearing all ornaments. And let me switch back to solar and let me switch back to arc and actually check out what my super is in arc. So here are my abilities. This is the shield that I can cast. This is my strafe lift. This is where I can jump. This controls my aerial mobility. This is the thunderclap, which is my melee, which means I press my bumper and it does something, and this is what it does. The arc clap, it sends out like a wave of electrical energy and it kills whatever's like in front of it. And next is my pulse grenade. It doesn't stick to my targets, but it does create more damage, so I like to run that. And this is my super. It is Fist of Havoc. I don't really care for Fist of Havoc, so let's go ahead and switch that if I can. Thunder Crash is what a lot of players like to have. Basically, you're Superman and you use Thunder Crash. It's really, really cool. So I'll show you guys whenever I play another strike. But right now, we're gonna whoa. Before we go into the tower, let's check out some builds real quick. So again, this is my my ad clear build. The Axiom War Rig here is, you see how it says it steadily reloads your equipped auto rifles or machine guns mag. This mag has 150 rounds, but with the rate of the auto loader from the Axiom War Rig, I get about 5 rounds back every few seconds. So I could essentially shoot for about a minute or two straight without having to reload. Which, I don't know if you guys are aware of this. A normal auto rifle, you have to reload like every few seconds. So I don't have to reload at all, pretty much, with Sweet Business. Especially if I'm going to be running around a lot. So I like to have that. I always like to have a fusion rifle as my backup. I've already explained what a fusion rifle is. And I'll show you the build that I run for Crucible. So we're going to go ahead and equip the Sunfire Furnace, which is Hollow Fire Heart, and this is my solar. It gives me solar energy basically, so my super and everything else comes back to me quicker. Remember that thing I did with the Burning Maul and the Strike? Basically, I get to do that a lot more whenever I'm in Crucible with this equipped. It is an exotic. Right now, it's under light leveled. It is 1524. I just need to upgrade it. I could upgrade it using the battle harness. Let me hold on. let's go ahead and upgrade that. And as my primary, I usually like to run a masterworked weapon, which is Fire Fright. But if you want more control, you don't always have to run you can always run a pulse rifle or a scout rifle. But I like to bullet spray a lot, and it also the scope on this is very nice on Fire Fright. It's actually a seasonal item from the last season, and that's why it's locked. You can lock items if you don't want to dismantle them. See, I can't dismantle this, but I can't upgrade it, so that's good. So this is the build that I would run for Crucible. I would also wear smaller shoulder pads, so I would probably run something like, come on now, I would usually run something like this, because I want to have a smaller, like, not, I mean the hitbox is always the same, but I want to look smaller, you know what I mean? I don't want to be as bulky whenever I'm running a Crucible. So unfortunately we're not going to do any Crucible today. I don't have the patience and I don't have the time. So yeah, there we go. That's how I like it. And we're also going to change back to art. Alright, cool. Now, not every piece of armor that you wear will change what your subclass. I'm sure you guys noticed that my my Titan mark, which is my little loincloth there, changed colors every time I change my subclass. Not every piece of armor does that. See, there's an event that happens once a year, and whenever you play that event, you can win armor pieces, and it gives you armor that changes colors with your subclass. So that's pretty neat. So let's go see Zavala, see what he has for us. Let me see if I'm missing any items too. So it looks like I missed something too. This is the Postmaster. If you miss any items in this game, you can always go run back to the Postmaster at the tower and claim those items again. So hopefully it wasn't anything too important. It was probably just a blue engram, which grants me not legendary gear, so I'm not really worried about those blue engrams. I usually dismantle whatever I get from them, or infuse it into, or upgrade it, or upgrade another piece of armor using it if it's a high enough light level. So we don't really care about this stuff, but we'll see what I get. We're also going to see what I get from Zavala, because last time he gave me a ascendant, or not an ascendant shard. Yeah, an ascendant. No. The heck are those things called? This thing. Yeah, an ascendant shard. Okay. Yeah, so he gave me an ascendant shard, which you can only keep one of at any time, and this is good for getting extra exotics from Zur. So okay, there's a lot that goes on in this game, guys. There's so much. So Zur, XUR, is basically this. He kind of looks like some eldritch like deity. He's got like tentacles for a face, and he's every weekend, starting on Friday afternoon, Eastern Standard Time, he usually pops up randomly on a planet. Sometimes he pops up in the tower, and if you find Zur, you can get you can purchase exotics from him. You can purchase legendary weapons from him, and if you have an ascendant shard, you can purchase extra stuff from him, extra exotics. Or you can use this ascendant shard to basically build an exotic from like one of the last seasons. You know, they pop up, and I'll show you where they pop up at. So those are good to have. So now I'm wondering what Zavala is going to give me because I already got an ascendant shard from him, and there's like a tiers to that stuff. So you have to get like, once you like rank up with your different factions, you can get different items. And usually the ascendant shard, they save that for last. So I want to see what I'm going to get from Zavala. Hopefully it's something good, not a flimsy weapon that I won't ever use and probably dismantle. So we'll see. I'm going to crack open a frosty beverage. It is after 11 here in the United States, Eastern, and I am quite parched. Oh man, that was a frosty beverage indeed. Let's take a look at my Titan real quick. I'm really proud of this Titan that I have. A lot of Titans dress very nice. And for those of you guys who are curious, my gamer tag is Zavala's shoulder thingy. Now, what is this? Sidearm. You see what I mean? It's legendary, but I don't really like sidearms. Because why would you play with a handgun in this game when you can play with rifles? Everybody uses rifles. Who uses sidearms in this game? Nobody. So, I will probably hold on to that. See, I already have two auto rifles that are, or an auto rifle and a submachine gun that are above 1540. So what can I upgrade is the question. See, look, I have punching out too. But I'm going to save that because I actually want to try to use that for something else. So that's all I needed from the postmaster. Let's talk to Zavala real quick. Let's see what he has for us. Commander. So Zavala is the Vanguard commander, basically. He is he's like the Master Chief of this game, despite how he looks. He's a Titan like me, and I like to be Titans because they're pretty much like playing the Spartans in Halo. And for those of you guys who don't know, also this game was also made by some of the same developers as the guys who made Halo. So Titans, I'm pretty sure, are effectively Spartans in this game. So look, I got an engram. I got an engram from Zavala. That's neat. That is a power weapon that I might use, and I get these enhancement cores, which I can use to trade in for an upgrade module. So he also has an engram for me here. He's got 3. Oh, Zavala, you really shouldn't have. I'll enjoy all of these gifts, Zavala. Thank you so much. And we're also going to go to the Cryptarch. So for those of you guys who don't know what a Cryptarch is, so like you guys saw a second ago, you can get engrams like this. These are umbral engrams. You get them from basically doing anything, and they're not always a high light level, so you can keep them and trade them in for powerful, or not powerful, but decent weapons, or you can just discard them. Some people discard them. I don't like to do that, but they do take up a lot of inventory space, so there's that. So let's take a look at what we got. Did I not get a power weapon? What was that I got? Empty vessel. I really don't need 2 grenade launchers. Oh, it was a pulse rifle. I don't need a pulse rifle. You miss me with that. I don't use pulse rifles. I use auto rifles, and I use scout rifles. So I'm going to go ahead and dismantle this pulse rifle, because I don't use those. Let's go back up. Wouldn't infuse it. I could have tuned it. I could have attuned it, but I'm not going to do that. So, and here's what I was talking about with the Ascendant Shards. You can go to like this Monument to the Lost Lights, which is essentially like the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier a little bit, but not really. So here's all the other seasons that we had. Well, not really seasons, but not DLC, either campaigns. There's the word. So here's all the other campaigns we had. This is the Red War. These are the exotics that are there. That if you have everything that you need, you can get these exotics unlocked. But you need an Ascendant Shard, and for some of these, and see, I only have 1. A lot of these want 2. But I don't really want any of these either. So let's check the Forsaken exotics and see what we can get. What is this? A Forsaken Cipher? What is that? Oh, I feel like I should grab that. Oh, okay, cool. I can just get any of these now, I guess. That's really neat. Let's get Jotun. I've always wanted to try Jotun out. Unfortunately, you can only carry one at a time. Bad Juju. Let's get Bad Juju. I'm pretty sure I never unlocked any of these. Let's get truth as well. Yeah. That's really cool. I didn't know that was there. I've had this game for a while. Did not know that was there. So here's all the other stuff we can get. Not right now though, because I only have one ascendant shard. And I'm missing a bunch of glimmer. So I should probably start loading up on glimmer. Now this isn't the entire the entirety of the exotics, because they release a lot of exotics for every single what was this? I didn't remember ordering this. Oh, that's for the newest thing. Okay. So yeah, that's for the newest one, and I didn't get it. So I got these already. Do I want to get Lightfall? Maybe. I'll just kind of wait. So these are the weapons that I can get that are legendary. And as you can see, they're all masterworked, so that's nice. That's nice to have. Fortunately, oh, that one I do want, so I might get some glimmer and come back for this one. I really wanted this weapon. Unfortunately, because it's great out there, you really can't upgrade these, so it's a waste of it would be a waste if I didn't get this. I've heard this is a very nice weapon. You get it from used to get it from the Drifter, but now it's no longer an option to get from him. So I actually had that mission for a very long time and just never got around to completing it, despite the fact that I almost always use auto rifles. So that sucks, but it is what it is. We've been online for quite some time now, guys, and a part of me wants to end this stream because it has been a very, very long stream so far. I don't like this stream for more than half an hour at a time, just because it's late usually when I get on, and I'm tired. So yeah, I mean, I don't know if you guys realize how difficult it is to do stuff like this, because it's not easy. I'm finding that out myself. It's not easy to get online and stream. It's not. You usually have to dedicate a certain time to do it, and you usually have to have a goal in mind. Me, I was just trying to get my microphone set up, really, and to just run around and kind of explain the game to you guys a little bit. I know I didn't explain everything, and I feel like I want to explain a lot of things as I go, because I like to do that. I like to show you guys what I'm doing as I'm doing it, or I like to explain it to you while I'm doing it, because that helps for you to like get that visual in your mind. Oh, that's what this is. Okay, I get it. And a part of me feels that that's very important for video game literacy. You know, if I explain it all to you, and you don't actively see me like doing it like at that time, you're not going to remember it. It's not going to stick in your mind. So I really want you guys to remember all of this. And before we go, I will tell you a story. Whenever I was enlisted in the military, and I was in for a while, about a whole contract, so about 6-7 years ish, around that. And I went to basic training in Georgia. I'm not going to name the base, but those of you guys who were enlisted, you know where it is. You know exactly what base I'm talking about. And so we were sitting around towards the end of basic training, and we were just sitting around and cleaning our rifles. And this one guy, like a few bunks down from me, starts singing a Maroon 5 song called "She Will Be Loved." And I remember this because I forgot the words of that song. Like, I had heard it whenever I was like a kid, because I am a in-betweener. I'm between millennial and Gen Z, so I remember hearing the song when I was growing up on VH1, and this guy starts singing the song, and we, like, before you know it, everybody starts singing, I don't mind spending every day, it just, look for the girl with the broken smile. We all start singing it, and Joe Sargent comes in. We call at ease. We stand at attention, And he's just like, you guys gotta quit it with this Mickey Mouse stuff. I thought we were past this. And here's the funny part. And then after he like goes in his office and closes his door, we start going back into the song again. About maybe 15 minutes after that, we start going back into the song again. And then like, you know, we didn't even notice that he came out of his office like in the middle of the song, and he was singing. Like, I looked at him, he was singing along to the song. And you know, he was about maybe 5 years older than me, you know, the drill sergeant. And it was about that time that I realized that drill sergeants are still people. A lot of these guys are not even that much older than you. You know, in the movies, you always think that the drill sergeant's going to be this guy that has 15 years on you. But if you've been enlisted for 15 years and you're a drill sergeant, like, what are you doing? Like, when did you get your rank? Like, what's going on with you? Something's suspicious in your profile. You shouldn't be a drill sergeant at 15 years and in the Army. That's like a Marine Corps thing. If you can be a drill instructor at most ranks in the Marine Corps, in the Army, it's like a E6, E7 thing. So if you've been in for 15 years and you're a drill sergeant, what are you doing? Come on now. So yeah, this guy was an E6. He was about 5 years older than us, 5 or 6 years. So that's about enough time to make E6, because really you spend your first 2 years, you get to E4, which is specialist, and then you get promoted to E5 after you go through your leadership course, and then you become E6. So about 6 years is how long it should take for you to become an E6, if not a promotable E5. 6 years. Me, I was an E4, and I stayed in. I got out. I needed to get out for my health. Trust me, guys. Like, being in the military is not easy, and a lot of people can make one contract before they burn out. They just can't do it anymore, and I'm one of those guys. And some of my fellow veterans are like, "Oh, you sound like a wimp. Oh man, you did one contract and got out. What a weakling." You know, I'm like, "Hey man, like, I wanted to see how much I could contribute to society without being like a freaking boot on the ground. Like, that's just freaking. I was willing to do that for like the early part of my my 20s, but like, I'm not about that anymore. I'm older now, so yeah, I'm a lot older now. So yeah, you know, 6, 7 years in and out, done. You know, I served my country, I did my thing, and I'm not trying to do it again because it sucked, you know. But if you want to join the military, I mean, do it. I mean, if you really want to, you can do it. Just don't do it to escape your problems, guys. Like, really, just don't. That's not the whole point. You should never You should never do anything to escape problems. You should never be a cop to escape your problems. You should never be a firefighter or EMT to escape your problems. You should never join the military. You should never do anything because you want to escape your problems. Confront your issues, and you should enlist because you want to enlist. You should do any of those other stuff, you know, those other things I listed, because you want to do it, not because you feel like you have to, not because you're like, oh man, if I don't do this, I'm screwed for the rest of my life. No, you gotta want it, because trust me, like, basic training, when people say, oh, basic training's a breeze, it is a breeze. It's entirely a breeze, but they will quickly weed out like who really wants it and who's just doing it to like do it. You know, like you'll be very apparent. You know what I'm saying? You gotta really want to enlist. You gotta really want to serve. So I feel like I'm digressing here, but I'm being honest with you. You know. And he goes like, I didn't want to watch. I didn't click this stream to watch this enlistment ad. You know, what is this guy talking about? Well, I feel like with the military themes of this video game, some people might end up, you know, getting what's it called, subliminal messages, and end up accidentally enlisting, or this game having an influence over them enlisting without realizing it. And I know how silly that sounds, but you guys have no idea how much information that like gets stored in your brain that you completely like forget about, but it's on your mind, you just don't realize it, you know. So yeah, and I'm not saying that this game causes people to enlist. I'm not saying that it's gonna want to make you enlist. I'm just saying that like the themes of this game are very, very similar to one of my experience being enlisted. So just putting that out there. and I really want as many people that I can to play this game because it is a fun game to play. The graphics aren't terrible. The story is actually pretty neat. So if you want to buy this game, and then, well, I think this game's free to play, but not the expansions. The expansions you have to pay for. But if you want to play the first one, play the first one, and then play this one. But if you feel like, oh, I want to play this, the second one looks like more fun, I'll play the first one later. Do that. That's what I did. Here's Kate 6's memorial. Oh, the Guardian. Oh man, the Hunters won. Guardian games. It's a shame Kate 6 isn't here to see it. Anyway, Kate 6 died. Sorry guys, spoiler. Kate 6 is dead. Anywho, if you didn't know that by now, I don't know what you're doing. Because come on, who doesn't know? At this point, like, it's all over it was all over the internet. I'm pretty sure you can't even look up Destiny 2 without looking up Cade's death. So like, deal with it, guys. I don't know. I don't know how to be polite about it. Suck it up, Buttercup. You know. It's a fun game. I love to play this with friends. It's a lot more fun to play with friends, but there's a lot of stuff you can do solo. But this game is relies heavily on like playing with teams in certain scenarios. So you want to make sure you have a good team, especially in raids. You want to make sure you have a good team with you. But anyway, that's pretty much all I had to say and about the military and this game. If you guys have any like questions that you want to ask me later on, if you want to see different styles of content, let me know. Right now I'm really very malleable. I'm finding my own style, so let me know what you guys want to see more of, and I'll try to implement it in my streams, because that's really what streams should be about, is giving the fans what they want, giving people what they want. Do you want to see more of this or that? So anywho, that's about it. I'm pretty tired. I think I'll log off now. It was fun. Really, there's nobody on this stream right now because I'm a nobody, but it was fun just talking, really, to myself. A lot of fun. Just getting a lot of what I want to say out there. Just is a freeing experience, which I feel like is why a lot of streamers stream. And then after you get a good fan base growing, you get to have people interact with you, and that's also fun. I want to experience that too. So interact with me if you feel like it. If you don't, well, that's okay too. And I'll see you next time, guys. Everybody have a good night, and don't forget to stay safe. Here's your evening safety brief. Don't add from the population, and don't subtract from the population. And furthermore, don't do anything I wouldn't do. For those of you guys who don't know me, I wouldn't kill, steal, or destroy anybody's lives. So don't do that. And you're golden. Don't drink and drive. Stay in school. Don't do drugs. And yeah, be good people.